We've got some new news revolving around this Celtics team as they visited the White House yesterday and it was absolutely spectacular. But not only that, were they greeted with some great news about the Celtics sale as Wyc Grousbeck, the owner of the Boston Celtics, went into some details yesterday on how this is going to be framed for the Celtics. And as they gear up for the Washington Wizards tonight, the front office is gearing up for a sale as well. So we're going to be diving into all of that and looking at this Celtics team in more depth on this episode of Celtics Digest. I'm Bruce Veliz, and you guys have been absolutely fantastic, showing your love, showing your support over on the channel. Godfrey and I are super appreciative. So if you want to make sure you stay up to date on everything revolving around this team, make sure to hit that like button and continue showing your support. But without further ado, let's dive into the video at hand today. And I am working with a new little bit of setup, so this is a little bit of different. So if you do notice some changes, that is what the case is. But this is exciting, and grab a snack for this because the Celtics visited the White House yesterday. As we all know, sports tradition, the NBA champion, NFL champion, MLB champion goes and visits the White House. It's more of a realistic, great tradition through sports history, through American sports. And the Celtics were able to do that yesterday as they went and got to visit Joe Biden in the White House here. So if we want to look at some pictures, here's Joe Biden getting his jersey from Celtic star Jayson Tatum and from Boston Celtics' new beer sponsor, Samuel Adams, Derrick White. And here's a big team photo of them as well. As we can see, Peyton Pritchard, as you guys can see, is a little bit hidden from that trophy, kind of funnily, but they do have a group photo there. And obviously the photo that I reposted on my Twitter, Derrick White lounging in the White House, looking absolutely fantastic here. But honestly, a great experience, not only for Celtics players to be able to get this opportunity, but also for some Celtics reporters as well, which is absolutely fantastic. I know people from John Corrales to Bobby Manning to Kari Thompson to Noah Dalzell to Justin Turpin were all there yesterday in attendance at the White House yesterday. So shout out to them for being lucky enough to be able to cover that and be in attendance at the White House to see something so spectacular with that Celtics team. But also shout out to the Celtics for doing what they did best, winning that championship and getting to get that White House visit. Absolutely fantastic for them, for the fans. And as they gear for the Washington Wizards tonight, they'll definitely be thinking of all those fine memories that they had last night. This is going to be something that sticks together with the team as a core memory, and that is something you love to see as Celtics fans. But let's get into the news. Let me know what you think down below about that in the comment section. But what you guys are here for, what you clicked on the video, the further details on the Celtics sale is we've kind of covered this sale all throughout the off season. As we all know, the Celtics went out and spent a bazillion amount of dollars locking up Jayson Tatum, locking up Jrue Holiday in the middle of the season, locking up Derrick White, locking up Sam Hauser, and it ultimately caused a little bit of a rift. And that's where the Celtics sale kind of blossomed out, and fans started overreacting. People started going crazy. Is Jayson Tatum going to get his contract? Are the Celtics going to be okay? And we all know that the Celtics will be okay. Wyc Grousbeck is going to, keep this organization in hold and make sure everything goes together. But we got some new details, some new news to break upon and share and break down. So I wanted to get it in all of it for you guys here. So let's dive in and let's get into it. Like I said, this article is courtesy of Adam Wells of Bleacher Report, but Celtics owner Wyc Grousbeck says there's a lot of interest in sale and explains the 3-year plan that the Celtics have cooked up here. So now, if you all know, from lo and behold, on July 1st it was, I believe, right? Yep, July 1st, the Celtics came out and had a statement saying that the Celtics partners basically are looking to sell the Boston Celtics, and this was a wave of media craze. But if we want to look at what Wyc had to say on this, speaking to reporters Thursday, Grousbeck explained that there's a lot of interest from suitors looking to purchase the reigning NBA champions, but the plan is for him to remain in charge for 3 more years. He says it's underway, that there's a lot of interest, and that is one comment. I guess I would like to limit it to that, but I would say that the plan is that I will stay in charge for 3 more years. That's what's laid out. We'll go from there. Having said that, I think I'd rather just talk about this team that we have in front of us with this right now that has the capacity to contend again. I think we're contenders this year, and we can be contenders in the future, and that's what I'm most excited about. And Wyc, you couldn't have put it better than that, my brother. Like we all know, and like we've all been breaking down on this channel, the Celtics have showed that they can still be these contenders, and Celtics media was obviously trying to get all these questions out, but the Celtics front office, the Celtics players wanted to keep it a special day at the White House, and I don't blame them for doing that. But Wick kind of going into detail, allowing us to know that he'll still be in charge for 3 more years, trying to figure out this whole entire sale. And I would expect these sale details to kind of break down through this season and kind of lingering into next season as we kind of figure out who's going to be the main investor and kind of figuring all this out. But as we've seen with the Minnesota Timberwolves and their whole sale and their whole debacle over the last couple seasons, this is obviously going to be a long, stretched out process that is going to take a very long time to get done and to get wrapped up, and could have some roadblocks, some hindrances in the way. So Celtics fans, as we gear up for this, as we break this down, obviously make sure you pay attention to everything revolving around the sale. And if you want to stay up to date on all that stuff, make sure to check in on Celtics Digest, as we'll have all the content revolving around it here. But ultimately, this is something that is going to be changing Celtics fans. It is something that is going to be moving at the speed of light. So if you do see updates on this and you are interested on it, make sure to click those articles, make sure to click and watch these videos, because things will be changing around this topic, I feel, frantically over the next couple months, even the next couple years. But as we kind of dive in and we get more into this breakdown, like I said, obviously, this Celtics team is contenders. They are atop of the West Eastern Conference this season, and Wick knows that. So he's been beasting up this team and getting them ready to go. Grusbeck, like I said, will remain the Celtics governor until its second closing in 2028, where per Josh Kozman and Brian Lewis of the New York Post, they said the sale was triggered by a rift between Wick and his father, Irving Grusbeck, over the Celtics payroll. Wick denied the report in a statement to the Post, saying the sale is entirely for estate and family planning considerations. While ESPN's Tim Bontemps noted in July that the Celtics would be the first NBA team to spend $500 million on their roster between payroll and luxury tax payments in the 25-26 season. And if we thought the Warriors were expensive and paying a lot of money, the Celtics are doing exactly that, as Bontemps obviously goes into detail, saying after inking Sam Hauser to this extension, the Celtics have 11 players under contract for the 25-26 season for a combined $225 million. If the roster is filled out with their own first-round pick and 2 players on minimum salaries, projected to be each worth around $2.3 million, according to ESPN's Bobby Marks, that would push Boston's payroll to about $233 million, more than $45 million over the projected luxury tax line, which is absolutely insane for the Celtics to be shelling out in money. So not only the Celtics shelling out all those contracts and shelling out all this money to pay their superstars and Brown and Tatum and White and Holiday and Porziņģis and Hauser and Pritchard to keep them all locked up long term. They're also paying the luxury tax, which is also the additional money that they're getting taxed on, which then just keeps getting added and added and added on. That brings them into that bill. And that was something that was a little bit hard for fans to kind of grasp and trying to understand how we could bring Lonnie Walker in, and we kind of bring him in, even if he was on a $2 million contract, it'd still be an $11 million contract with the luxury tax, stuff like that. It's absolutely insane. So the Celtics, obviously needing to save some money, that's why they're going through with this sale. But Grusbeck goes into detail and kind of gives Celtics fans a little bit of a better understanding, which I'm very, very a big fan of. The Celtics were sold to Grusbeck's group in 2002 for $360 million after being owned by Don and Paul Gatson for 20 years, where Forbes estimates the franchise is worth $6 billion. So $360 million to $6 billion is a prime investment for the Grusbeck family and something to capitalize on, specifically if the Celtics just won a championship and they're shelling out their money for their team. If it ends up being the cost to purchase the Celtics, it would be in line with the most expensive sale price ever for a U.S. sports franchise. The record belongs to the Commanders, who are rough around a $6.05 billion price tag when they were purchased by a group led Josh Harris. The Celtics have won 2 NBA titles with Grusbeck as governor, including last year's championship, where they look capable of repeating as champions with a 12-3 record to start this season. So for the person obviously interested in buying this Celtics team, not only could they be getting a team from Rick Grusbeck that has 2 championships already wrapped under their belt, but in this 3-year gap of Grusbeck owning the team, could see 3, 4, possibly even 5 champions wrapped under this belt, which is absolutely insanity in this time run. And if the Celtics are able to win at least one more with this group, with this unit, it is only going to make it more appeasing, more appetizing for owners to want to go out there and buy this team, because they know not only do the Celtics have a winning culture with their fan base, with the city, with the players they already have on the roster, but that they can go out and do it themselves. And they can go out there and continue that greatness for this Celtics fan base as well, which is something that I love to see. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Like I said, some new details have arisen. I personally think that the sale should go to the Celtics minority owners. Steve Pagliuca would, I think, be a perfect person to kind of take over. I don't really want to see this go out to outside ownership, but if it does, because an outside owner does have the money to bring it in, we'll see how they turn around the Celtics. But ultimately, I believe in this group that has already owned the team. They've already built this team how we want it and kept this team how we like it. So might as well keep it with them in general. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Let me know your guys' comments. Like I said, you guys have been absolutely fantastic showing your love and support over on the channel. So if you are at this point in the video and you do want to hit that subscribe button, 69% of you guys who watch these videos are not subscribed, and Godfrey and I, we're trying to get to our goal of 6,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you guys could absolutely help us out on that, if you're still at this point in the video, have not hit that subscribe button, but you watch these Celtics Digest videos, what are you doing? Hit the subscribe button, turn that notification bell on so you get all the updates right away as we bring you the live stuff here. Like I said, Celtics taking on the Wizards tonight. No more watch along live streams on the channel. We're going to be switching things up, doing it a little bit different. We're going to be doing post-game videos, post-game live streams, potentially on some games, and ultimately going back to the weekly live stream as well. We'll be going in once a week for a certain amount of time, talking about this Celtics team, maybe having some guests on as well, as I'd like to bring that back into the swing of things. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section, how you guys feel about this Celtics team, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day, and go Boston Celtics. Peace out, everyone.